All right, everybody, check out my neat little devil horns. I told you he was real. Oh, no, my damn hat. My damn hat. Let me get my hair right. Intro, though. It's just intro. We could look goofy for a few moments. I'll look handsome later, don't you worry. Where am I coming? This comes out today. Tonight, I will be at Greensboro, North Carolina, Charlotte, North Carolina, Greenville, South Carolina. Then I will be on ayahuasca fighting the devil, puking up demons. I don't know if that really happens, but it sure does feel that way, folks. It sure does feel that way. Where am I at next? I can't even see.
St. Louis?
St. Louis. I should have pulled up my dates. I'm looking at the calendar on the wall. Just go to my website, folks. I'm all over the map. Oh, I got to reschedule Burbank again. I just scheduled Rochester, New York, November 16th, 17th, 18th.
Gotcha.
So I got New York, Davenport, Iowa, Philly, D.C., Springfield, Massachusetts. Come get these jokes. I love you all. Thank you. I see you showing up at my shows, and the shit's lit. I love you guys. You have no idea. Such real, genuine fans. Everyone's cool as shit. There's always a couple tweakers that heckle too much, and then it gets weird. It happened in Toronto. Maybe we'll edit that. I don't know. I was like, "Are you a tweaker?" And then it got weird because I think she was. Anyway, she kept heckling me. It was crazy. Even the tweakers, I love you too. Go find God and get off the pookie because you are weird. But I also understand. I was on that crap for so long, and I get it, and I love you, and I wish you well. But maybe don't be on meth and heckle me my whole show. It's fair. That's fair. Yeah. Do it later. No, I love you all. Get help. Tune in right now. We getting silly. It's nice. It's a smooth jazz one today. What do we got next? Oh, we got some crazy guests next. That's good. That's fun. We got a rapper and an Irishman. You know he's going to say, "Gunt." I can't wait. Anyways, tune in right now. How many times did I say anyways on this intro? I got my cat right here. It's got a big old belly. I feed you too much. And longest intros in the game. Namaste. Tune in. Okay, are we tweaking? We got the goose going. I got. What happened there? It's gonna be a long one. I had to get coffee in me because sometimes I'm sad and I have to bring joy to the world. I'm like, oh, I'm dying inside. But you know what turns that around? Coffee. Fucking coffee. Speaking of that, I just did Toronto. And they put me up, my homie Rob Maylieu, shout out to him, and Good Bar. They put me up at a nice-ass hotel. Every hotel I had this run was nice. But this what happened there? This one in particular. I said pun. This pun in particular. Oh, God help us all. They had an Nespresso in the room, bro. I didn't leave. What was the point? I don't need to leave when there's an Nespresso. They gave me 4 shots. I was a problem. But I was so happy. That's the point. When I normally don't leave my room, it's because of depression and it's not good and I need help. I need Yeshua or a big fat booty in my face. That always seems to make me smile. I've been sinning. I'm sorry, Lord. No. Stay on track. What the fuck? I was just drinking Nespresso shots and dancing, bro, by myself. I'm like, what is in this rich people coffee? This little pod that costs $19.95 and your first child, and your firstborn. It is so good. And I kept asking for refills, every day. I was only there 2 days. I got like 3 refills. Every day I annihilated. I was going to say demolished or annihilated. And then I combined the words and my little dyslexic brain goes, no. That's what happens. Boo Boo, come here. Hey, you edited that clip and it looked like Mr. Cat was licking my nutsack and everybody was commenting. Thanks a lot, Chris. Zoom out. The pants were closed. I love my cats a lot, but not that much, oof. See, that was the demon coming out of me. I don't know. I'm so sorry. Just garlic. Oof. Oh, sorry, Boo. Her spine. Something's up. How? Okay, right here. So this cat is lovely. Yeah, just drinking Nespresso. It's high-end coffee. Now I want to get an espresso machine. They're so expensive. They got damn Penelope Cruz and George Clooney doing the ads. No wonder it's so expensive. How about no ads and a discount, huh? Because then nobody knows. It is decadent, and I don't use that word lightly. I don't think I've ever used that word, to be honest. This is my first time ever into the decadent area of life where I'm like, oh, decadent. Before I'm like, oh, tweaker motel. Man, I love this rich people shit. Everything's better. These fuckers. Why can't we have that as a standard and then go up from there?
Yeah.
How about we raise the base? How about we get light bulbs that last forever like they used to 100 years ago? I see you, Illuminati, and I raise you $6. I pretended like it was a poker game. I don't raise you nothing. Leave me alone. I want to just go to the green earth, new earth. I don't know. I'm a hippie, dog. I'm into weird shit. I'm got stuff. Don't you worry. I was just looking at my cat. Come here, mister. Come on. All right. I got cats. Nothing new. Yes, so this hotel, we're going backwards. Toronto was the final city, but had electronic curtains. And it had the iPad on the wall with all the light switches, but one light didn't work. And you're like, give me a light switch. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I love it. I love the iPad on the wall controlling it. I obviously don't like it because of data. They're going to make a clone of me, and there's AI Craig, and then they're going to stick their finger in my booty without consent. Not cool. Not cool, New World Order. Get your finger out of my AI ass, all right? I do not consent to this. Unless you pay me handsomely. Then you could put it on YouTube. You get me some steaks with that finger and I'm okay with it. As long as they're grass-fed and not that lab-grown AI bullshit. That frog man Bill Gates is trying to do. Doesn't he look like a frog?
Mm-hmm.
You, fuck you, frog face. I see you and your fake mosquitoes. Anyways, we're going off the deep end. This is why I stopped doing solo pods. Getting too crazy. Speaking up. Speaking of speaking up, did you see they demonetized me on Facebook again? I got a check for 13 cents. Yeah. You just share some shit. You know what I mean?
We've been getting green lights on a lot of...
Yeah, I know, dog. But every time I share some shit, speaking freedom and this, that, and every time I say, do not comply, and they fucking...
Mm-hmm.
What happened to freedom of speech? The freedom to ding me and not make my living. Come on, Yeshua. Give me a bag of gold. I've been speaking up. They demonetized me. Yeah, this hotel had electronic curtains connected to the iPad, and you just hit sheer, and then you go, and then you'd hit blackout. Oh my God, bro. I was just playing with that half the time. I'm a simple man. And then bathroom light, foyer light. They had good lighting, like ambiance lighting, multiple light. Some of these stupid hotels leave the shower door open. Some guy green lit that and was like, leave the door off. Fahim Anwar's a genius. He already did a bit about it, but it's true. And then some of these put the sink bowl on top of the sink, just like a bowl above the sink. You know what I'm talking about? That new age bullshit. And then the water just hits it and goes on your white shirt. And now you're going to win a wet t-shirt contest. I said that wrong. And then, so this was a hybrid. They thank God the sink. Now their sink sucked. Oh, dear God. I don't have any mushrooms. I've been doing all right with the weed, too. I still been smoking. I'm going to quit that motherfucker. You watch. I gave up nudie movies. That's crazy. I know I brought it up 19,000 times, but you know how hard that was for me? But not really this time because it just kind of happened. I credit ayahuasca. Thank you. And what else did this fancy-ass hotel have? Oh, the best part. They gave you an old milk jug glass pitcher. Very thick. BPA-free. Fantastic. And they had a free reverse osmosis system, which gets rid of fluoride and and lead and or whatever the fuck's in our water, or chlorine, and it cleans it up. So they had a free water system, and they didn't give you, because I asked for like water bottles. They're like, oh, we don't do that here, but there's a glass bottle and free refills. So I was like, oh my god, if only every hotel did this. It was great. Just free clean water. I was refilling, it was in glass, and I just felt like funsies. And then what else they have? They had like bed lighting, like for your feet at night, that was motion censored. Isn't that fantastic? like it's a night light, not aggressive, but motion censored night light by the floor, which is nice when you're in the third city, the third night in a row, and you don't even know where you're at, and you walk into walls. You think I haven't walked into a wall? I don't even know where I am half the time. I forgot how hard this shit is because I was home so long. I did Batavia, Illinois, Cleveland, Ohio, Toronto, home. I landed yesterday, and we just sat on the tarmac for a fucking hour after a 6-hour flight. I was about to say no drugs. No, I took a microdose because a fan gave me microdose. I was like, this will make the flight enjoyable. Hey, let's just say Kanye was a little more... I was fucking holy roller. I barely started listening to the Kanye album Jesus is King because I'm getting all holy roller because I don't know if you looked outside, the world's burning. It's not funny. And so I've just been, and music saves me. I've always gone to music to pull me out of depths of hell. Various artists have grabbed me from literally hell. The Gorillaz was my first album to really save me. And the Demon Days album in particular, in the last two songs, Don't Get Lost in Heaven and Demon Days, they really helped me get off narcotics. Or like, just give me a little spiritual boost to have the strength to do it. And then Donda was my go-to album. And of course, Tame Impala, Currents, and The Slow Rush. These are my pull my souls out of the depths of hell. Now, when I want to be in hell, I love some Slayer, some Metallica, some gangster-ass rap about murder. And then, that's bad. I get it. You need a little bit duality, polar, you need a little salt. Visit that world. I'm not saying don't listen to Slayer, but if you listen to Slayer 100% of the time, you grow up. Come on now. You're going to go bad. You're just going to want to fuck shit up. And I get it. That's why I listen to it. I'm like, ooh. Let's go damage some public property, I understand. But all the time, it's bad for your brains, folks. That's why I really wanted to quit porn, because I just knew how bad it was for my brain. I see those stupid Huberman scans. That Huberman's ruined everything for me, bro. Ignorance is bliss, dog. Listen to that nerd Huberman. That's so fucked up. First of all, this guy is jacked. And his neck is thicker than my thigh. And he doesn't even look like a nerd. He looks like an MMA fighter and a lumberjack. But he's also a nerd scientist from Stanford, I believe. And he just kind of ruins everything for me. He ruined weed for me. He ruined porn. I'm like, oh, God. And, like I always say, Papa didn't raise no bitch. And I love these dark things. But I'm just trying to clean it up, And I like preaching positivity. And I realize how hard it is, so I like to tell you the honest truth of my daily struggle of me trying to better myself with these little frivolous things. I know people got like fucking real habits out there of some gnarly shit. But just use this as a compass gauge, I know it's just porn and you might be shooting dope. And it's a wee little bit different there. But the whole point is to change for the better and where I started, where anybody has started. I just know my story best. Because it's mine. But like I've referenced before, there's so many guys that have turned it around. And I love that shit. It's the best. It's the fucking best. You can get out of the gutter. Sweet Jesus, sometimes it takes some time, though. It's a growing process. So just know that, too. But know that if you fall down, just get the fuck back up, man. Get the fuck back up. Don't be no bitch. And go at it again. What the fuck was I talking about? We're getting preachy here. That's good, though. We preach in a fun way. What was I talking about? I lost my train of thought.
We were still in Toronto, but I don't know.
We get all over the place, the ADHD. I was just trying to complete all my thoughts, but I don't remember where I even started. But we'll go back to the preachy. Yeah, this shit's awesome, dude. I'm very happy right now. I'm also terrified because, ups and downs, slippery slopes, and I've been down in the depths of hell for fucking ever, dog. And I feel like I'm barely coming out of it this last few years for a lot of different reasons, because I started making money, and sweet Jesus, not that I be careful how you speak, now that I believe all this woo-woo shit. I'm not rich yet, but I'm financially capable of taking care of myself, my home, and my cats. And before, it was just like I was drowning and scared. And so that, of course, helps. But this is barely, the last 2-3 years of my life. And so that helps. And then just getting spiritual. I know I speak a lot of Jesus lately, Yeshua, because of, just ayahuasca. You fight the devil. And you see if you buy some crosses. That's all I'm going to say. No, but it's, I'm definitely more spiritual than religious, and I just know that how I was and how, like, even speaking about this, I am immediately, some fools are checking out. You know what I mean? And I get that, because that's how I was. I was like, oh, get the fuck out of here. For instance, when Kanye made this album, Jesus is King, I went, get the fuck out of here, and I never listened to it. I think I listened to the one hit song or whatever, the single, and I never ever listened to it. And then as I started drinking ayahuasca and going to town in the spiritual world, or to battle with whatever the fuck's going on over there, I'm like, okay, I'm going to check this album out. But it's also ironic and funny, and I've said this many times, it's like the scholars and the nerds, it's fucked up, but it's just funny to say. These people I look up to, they did the research looking up the discrepancies in the Bible, which then made me believe in the Bible. Because I know the Romans got in there and rewrote some shit. You know what I mean? So I could never get into it, because I'm like, it's been manipulated. And then these fools like call out the discrepancies. Basically, it's common sense. If it's love your neighbor, love, it's Yeshua or whoever was embodied of love, Buddha, Krishna. There's many great teachers, healers. But if it's like you'll burn in hell for all of eternity, that's the Roman Empire, cocksuckers. They want you to live in fear and give you their money. I know manipulation, like, get out of here. So I've always still, even though I got a cross on my neck, I'm like, hey, what? It's just muddy watered. So I guess I would say those are my spiritual beliefs. I don't really love organized religions. I know there's some good ones out there, but my God, they have a bad track record. Just do some Googling. Sweet Jesus. There's some dark cults out there. One of the biggest ones. All right, we'll get off that shit. And so now I'm bumping fucking Jesus is King, even though his name was Yeshua, and that's not his name, and I know that because of Billy Carson. Shout out to the man. Yeah, here comes a cat. Speaking of God is good. And I've just been, trying to be of service more. And, we get caught up in the rat race, and we all want our selfish shit. But that's supposedly where it's at. And it is. When you help people, you feel good. But we're selfish. It's like, I want the house on the hill. I want the nice car. Get out of here, homeless Harry. You're ruining my vibe. So it's just hard to balance this shit out. All right, let's be funny. We're too preachy. Let's look at these notes. Give these guys some fart jokes. Yeah, but it's wild out there, man. Have you looked outside? Oh, here's some positive shit. This is why I love this. Just the story of being in the gutter and rising up. It's like the story of the janitor scrubbing turds and like then starting a janitorial business, and now he has 6 of them, and now he's a multimillionaire, and the guy literally started out with turds. The point of that story is there's an angle. There's always an angle. The guy is scrubbing caca, and that's There's nothing wrong with that. I did that at Trader Joe's because nobody else would fucking do it right. It was me and goddamn always cleaning the toilets. We might have to bleep his name. I know he doesn't like that shit. But yeah, we were the only ones that cleaned it well, so we always had to do it. And I cleaned some toilets. The point is, I ain't trying to knock a man for cleaning toilets. I'm trying to say, pay attention. There's always an angle. This fool had his hands elbow deep in turds, and now he's a millionaire. There's always shit. I love that shit. Steve Harvey was talking about his hairstylist. Same shit. Started off with a couple clients. Now he has a school. Now he's worth like 3.2 mil. Cutting hair, bro. From turds to hair, dog. This little junkie empire. I'm going to get this big. I'm going to get you out of Trader Joe's. You watch. I'm going to move you across the street. I said, come here, bitch. I got a sketch idea. You're mine. I own you. I'll give you dental. No healthcare, though. Too expensive. I'll give you some Western dental. You want some metal fillings? You want some mercury in the brain? That porcelain, that's on your own dollar, though. I only cover the bootleg. You want some uranium in your skull from the devil? I just love that shit. I love that shit. Air Canada, fuck you. Okay? I'm making a little money. I don't got first class money yet, but I was like, I'm going to buy an exit row. Guess what the exit row does not do? Recline. Guess what the exit row, I swear to God, me and the guy next to me, I was like, did they like make it more up? It was like this. We were like this. I looked at him, he looked at me. We couldn't get, you know what I mean? Thank God that was the flight there, and it was Cleveland to Toronto. It was only an hour. It was an hour of this. If that was a 6-hour flight, I would have been like, hey, I'll sit in the back. I don't want this anymore. I don't care if I swing my legs if I'm like this, which is good for me. It's working on my posture, but I had low self-esteem my first whole half of my life. I'm a sloucher. You can always tell when someone's sad. Peacock, tits out. And so Air Canada, no recline. And also they take the exit row so seriously. They stop. I get it. You need us to say, yes, I'll help. You know none of us will. We're all dead. We're all fucking dead. We got in an airplane crash. Wake up. There's 2 survivors. They're always in the back. Nobody's living, dog. Anyways, they stop everything, make sure you pay attention, give you like a crazy explanation. I should have filmed it. They like demonstrate, this is what you do. I'm like, dog, we're dead. We know this. And then what else? Why they suck. Then there was little to no turbulence. I mean, like, once. And they're just pussy. They just are. Because I fly every weekend. Every weekend, I'm in an American States plane where they don't give a fuck. The turbulence be like this. They're still serving hot coffee, burning everybody. There was one nudge, and I go, I'll have a coffee, please. You know how good a coffee is when your little fiend like this is your only treat and you're on a 6-hour flight and you save it for later. It's your treat at the end of the flight to not go nuts and want to kill yourself. And then they go, oh, we're not serving it because of turbulence. And it's just smooth as it's smooth. It's smooth. And they're serving beverages. They're serving, you know what I mean? Like, you can serve beverages. You can serve coffee. Maybe fill it up a little less. Common sense, no coffee. And then the guy next to me, no coffee. Like, you heard everybody go, oh, they broke so many hearts. I wasn't the only one. I see the faces go, oh, I'll have a ginger ale. It's not the same. And there was one other reason they're pussy. Oh, they're so strict with the carry-on. This is the flight home. I seen this poor family, husband, wife, handsome and hot. Like, it was like I was like, let them go. They're pretty. This is pretty everybody. The whole thing, like the cookie cutter postcard, where you're like, is that a commercial family? You know? And they got their hands full. They got two kids. They had shit, and they had carry-ons that were not big, and it didn't really fit in the metal thing because it was misshaped a little bit. And they were making them go back to check it in. And I'm like, they got babies. Let them through. And it was like a metal thing that you had to slide it through. And mine barely fit. And mine is designed for that. And it was not full. But I like had to like finagle it. They're like, okay, you're fine. And somebody's like wheels because you have to put it in flush. Somebody wheels would catch, so it was like in 75-80%, mostly in. It could fit. They're like, you got to check it in. You know what I mean? Fuck you, dude. You know how hard life is? Just look away. How hard is it to look away of a quarter inch that this poor fucker now has to go wait in another line to get back to wait in this line? You added 30 minutes to the process. And then, like, those, I wouldn't talk this much shit, but there was like 3 or 4 things where I was like, you guys suck. You're pussy. Although pussies are strong, I'm referring to the definition P-U-S-S-I. So if you're a feminist, Google that one and stop being a pussy. I just say it different. Okay, little pussy. That's true. It's different word, different definitions. I had to Google that once. Get to Googling, Tiger. That's your job. Tell us the definitions between P-U-S-S-Y and P-U-S-S-I. This is what you come to my pod for. Education, dog. No, just I just get a little jaded because why they make it so hard for the working class? You know what I mean? It didn't feel like it was this fucking hard. It's all right. We're going to rise up. We're going to take care of each other. We're going to take over these airlines. We need more competitors. And, Air Canada, you stink for that. That poor family. Any progress?
So it just says pussy means a cat. And then I'm not finding any direct definition of P-U-S-S-I. Nobody's saying what it...
Are you calling me a liar? I learned that from TikTok, dog. Let me Google. Let me look at my...
It's a Finnish word.
Let me look at my conservative. Oh, no. Porn popped up.
Oh, it's the plural of pussy, too. A group of rather lush female genitals is...
Pussy?
Like, these two ladies have wonderful pussy, you know? Like,
that's funny.
That's the only thing I could find. And then...
Man, this is when I question my memory. I could have sworn I fucking Googled this so I could talk about this, and I already did. This is the Mandela effect. They're messing me up, man.
Google probably shadow banned.
They shadow banned pussy.
Yeah.
They've been censoring. I know. I don't want to look up Puss in Boots. This is how they get me to relapse on porn. It all goes to porn. Damn it. No, get it out of here. I don't need to look. I don't want to look. Don't let me look. Pusillanimous. P-U-S-I is stomach only of animals.
Yeah, I saw that one.
All right, so it looks like Craig's full of shit again. I got to stop regurgitating facts I learned on TikTok. Half the time, damn it, it's just going to porn again. Stop it. I'm searching real hard here, and the thing that popped up, weak pussy, used to describe a girl who can't get laid. That's not what I'm looking for. That's hilarious, though. All right. Well, don't come to me to all the facts, although I spit a lot of truth. You know I do. I just be fucking up. Speaking of that, you clipped up an awesome clip where I was going on a tangent to legalize all drugs some years ago. Although I do loosely believe in that, because when you make things illegal, dark enterprises take over, and then they're evil, and they do, like, for instance, Prohibition made alcohol illegal, and then that made the rise of the mob. That's what happens with drug cartels and so on and so forth. So by making it legal, you at least take out, or lawful, or whatever. I don't know the correct word. Everyone started chiming in with their fucking ideas. And I realized making, like, fentanyl legal is not good, you know. But I also know if it's ran by the Mexican cartel, that's probably worse, you know. So I don't know the solutions. I wish we could just heal and love one another and maybe not shoot heroin and crack and smoke crack and so forth. Maybe we could vibrate higher. But I also understand the world's sick, and it's probably a little far off from that. I've seen the streets. They even got homeless in Toronto. And so I took the clip down because everybody was talking shit. Not that I really care about that. It's more so that I'm just trying to change and evolve and, and saying get hookers Roth IRAs. Although I do agree with it. I do. It's like, let's make it legit, legal, union, and give them exit strategies. But it's just like, I don't know. So I took that shit down. Does this make sense?
You don't want to center prostitution at all or highlight it necessarily, but
it exists. So how about we get these women
Right.
protection and help?
But we don't need to go viral off a clip where you're...
Yeah, I just don't like clickbait or highlighting. I don't know. I'm just trying to grow and change, and it's a process where I do believe in most of the shit I said. It's just that maybe I don't want to promote it.
Well, yeah. And on
I
both
guess.
sides of the clip, on one side of the clip, I couldn't clip up everything and get it to
And
fit.
he left off the wholesome part
Yeah.
where I was like, alcohol is the biggest drug on this planet, and it ruined my life and led me to narcotics. And that's
And-
legal.
And the
And
part
on every corner.
where you talked about how everywhere prostitution is legal, rape goes down.
Oh, that too, yeah.
I couldn't fit it all in.
I know. Fucking reels,
And I wanted the spicy part. I really did, because it's like...
How come I could post a reel that was 5 minutes long then?
It's not so much different formats of different lengths. You can get away with it on Instagram, but it from what I've seen, it will not gain the kind of traction that you want.
Yeah.
Like, I've just been trying to
I know.
up my clip game a little
I
more.
get it, dog. There's these stupid bastards. Oh, you got to do it this way to get the thing.
But some of it is just people's attention span. You got to hit them. If
Yeah.
the first 2 seconds aren't fire, people don't stick with it half the time.
I know. We got our little TikTok generation.
Yeah. But yeah, no, there's the whole context of that. I mean, it's a great episode, that podcast that you did.
Yeah. I look back on that. I definitely was more angry back then. I could tell.
Yeah, it's fun. I've noticed that
I
about
didn't
you.
even notice. I was just mad because, for a million different reasons. Because, first of all, I did 59 cities my first year of headlining. I know I say this a lot. That shit fucks you up, bro. I slept 14 hours yesterday.
Yeah, I can
I
imagine.
can't, I got home, 6-hour flight. This one reclined. I did not do exit row. Learned a lesson. 6-hour flight. Then we sit on the tarmac. I might have been exaggerating about an hour, but it was a solid 45.
Yeah.
Solid 45. Probably upwards of an hour. I was just trying to keep my cool and not go nuts. Because you just, you start going like that.
You can breathe the jet fuel.
Yeah, and then they turn off the air and you're just like, what the
Yeah.
fuck? And then so get the bag, and then they make me check in my carry-on last minute. That's fine. I don't really love taking it and searching for overhead bin. But then you would think last luggage on the plane, first one out. No, last one out. Last one out. So that took forever. So then getting, oh no, what was the point of this? Where were we going?
You're not as angry anymore.
Oh yeah, just,
Or the reason you're so angry is flying is so rough. And
well, even that, I didn't even mean to get to this point. Like, this flight home from Toronto was bad. 7 hours. The whole 8 before I was home. Come home, just angry. You're just like, oh, I ground, take a little hit. Thanks to you, you gave me a little nug. And then I went to bed at 4 p.m. and I woke up at 4 a.m. Oh no, that's only 12 hours. I can't do math. No, but here, I actually got like 16 then, because then I woke up at 4 a.m., smoked a little weed, watched Return of the King and Good Beat Evil, because I'm fascinated with that. And then I went back to sleep for another 4 or 5. So yeah, I got like 16 hours sleep, separated a little bit. But that's me being seasoned and knowing what to do. And yeah, travel does something to you. I can't explain it. It discombobulates you. It fucks you up. If you're not eating right and working out, I did 6 push-ups. I did my best, right? And imagine that my first year ever, and knowing nothing, saying yes to all, having no days off. I still do that my third year in. And so I noticed everything 3 years ago. I'm just more like, I'm not as whole of a person. I didn't have ayahuasca yet. I wasn't vomiting up demons, so to speak, and so on and so forth. And yeah, I can handle bad shit better now. Like it definitely ruins me, but for way shorter. Like stuff goes wrong on the road all the time. It just does. You can't hit them all. Like Batavia sold out that bitch, and then Cleveland, not so much. And then because everyone kept coming to Cleveland, coming. I was like, hell yeah. And we still did well, but I sold 100 tickets. That's phenomenal. But 100 in a room that seats 400, not so phenomenal. It doesn't look that good, But still, by the way, Hilarity is one of the best clubs in the country. Oh my God. I met the owner. He's so cool. The best food ever. They treat you like family. They're like, order whatever you want. I said, really? I got salmon, filet mignon, meatballs, and Caesar salad, dog. It was fucking lit. They lost money on me that night. No. No, even the 100 that showed up, dude, mad love. Bought all my merch, sold out of hoodies by Toronto. Had nothing. Good problems, Sold out in Batavia and Cleveland of hoodies. And, oh no, I'm losing trains of thoughts. That's it. Just noticing progress, I guess, was the moral of that story. Where I look at old clips, I'm like, man, I'm different. I don't like that, Craig. I was just fucked up. I didn't spiritually grow or emotionally grow, whatever you would like to call it, and just learn how to handle life better. Still a work in progress, and I got miles to go, And that's also, too, I was angry in that clip. I was like, I hate angry Craig. I like silly willy Craig. But we're not, we're human. I can't be kumbaya all the time. Sometimes we gotta show people my pistol. Oh, I watched Cocaine Bear on the airplane. Sweet Jesus, that's a great movie. That's fucking funny. R.I.P. Ray Liotta. What a final role. At first, I saw the trailer, and I almost felt like, damn, that sucks to have that be your last movie, because he's Goodfellas, But, oh, my God, it's great. He's great. It's a great fucking movie. That is done so well, because it's, like, almost realistic, and it's almost cartoonish.
Yeah.
I don't know how they did both. And it's hilarious, but also real. Like, you're scared. You're like, it reminded me of similar vibe of Tucker Dale versus Evil.
Yeah.
That's a fun movie.
That's great.
Not enough people know about that movie. It's like horror, but not horror. It's the only horror movie I can handle.
Yeah.
If it's like real, I get too scared, and Yeshua, help me. Oh God, that was in my butt. Get off my turds. I'm just joking. Yeah, Cocaine Bear. Oh my God, this was hilarious too. I had an old Indian Uber driver. Well, you gotta label him, Craig, because it's just funnier and it makes more sense. Then he said to me, mind if I listen to the radio? I said, no problem. Go ahead, do your thing. And then he put on like some sort of love advice show on how cell phones are ruining relationships. This motherfucker was like 60, dog. You're 60, and he was like ethnic. Like, you don't, I don't think TikTok's ruining your marriage, sir. Mind if I listen to this love advice? Sir, you're 65. Just give up. No, that's too dark. I couldn't stop laughing. I was like, this is what you put on? I thought he was going to put on some music, like, some. No, Craig. No. Put on some love advice show. Get the fuck out of here. Hilarious. I already did that one. I'm already out of notes. Life's so hard. Okay, free fall. I should have got high before this. Sober Craig's farting around. Let's do things in chronological order. You heard that, right?
Yeah.
Chronological order. So Batavia, oh my goodness. What the hell? That was insane. Batavia was so lit that I was like, do I need to record a special here? They were crazy. And the homie Ruben, I just met you. I'm sorry, I forgot your last name. We'll tag him in. This fool was funny as shit. This is why you pay to be a hustler. This fool hit me up, and I didn't even know who he was. He's like, what's up, fool? I want to hop on your show. I was like, I don't know if the club booked the host, but if they didn't, I'll, maybe guest spot. I don't know if he's funny. I don't know him. I don't know if he's a weirdo, Mm-hmm. And then cut to that fool's funny. He was dope as shit. Abi Sanchez, the homie, he was on the show. He's dope as shit. Check out a special we'll provide links to. So Abi was opening and featuring, and he headlines on his own. And check him out. He's a beast. And so I was like, hey, you know this fool? I go, and he goes, yeah, he's funny. And then I was like, boom, now you're hosting. Like, just because he showed up. And then I got the club to pay him. And then, I tip him out because I did well that night. And he's funny as shit. This fool ripped it, dog. And he made everybody stand up, but I'm going to clip it up and lie and say I got a standing ovation, I lie. No, I won't do that. But he did that, and like this audience, they were crazy, bro. They were fucking lit. Batavia and the club it was just the shit. Everyone said they treated you well. And then they exceeded the expectations as well as hilarities. They said that too. Like, oh, they treat you like family, dog. And it's good. It's a good turn of event. It's good. They're not. Sometimes it can be a little brutal out there, but this run was quite nice, quite lovely. And then, oh God, I can't. God help us. I need brain food, y'all. I need to take coconut oil. It trips me out because I have moments where my brain functions properly, and I could tell. And it helps, especially when running my hour on stage. I'm well oiled. I got directions, and then there's other times like, oh God, what's my next joke? And I'm just stalling because I can't even remember. That's why it's hard to do new material because it you get this well oiled machine, and then you put it in the middle, and you're like, I don't remember. It's all good. That's what notes are for. Thank God it goes with my look. So Batavia was lit, Cleveland was lit, Toronto was lit, 14-hour nap was lit, although it was 12 and I did the math. And pussy, I was wrong, although that's a Mandela effect. I swear I Googled that. I swear. Who is snoring? Mr. Cat?
He's right behind you.
You're supposed to sleep on my lap. Oh no. We've been rolling for 50. I'm out of ideas. This is a silly bit. I like investing in gold because, it's weird times out there. Not that this is quite the retirement plan, but gold is a precious metal and it can be used everywhere. And I try to make a bit like gold is even valuable in space. They got pawn shops, the nebula. How much can I get for this? 2 green oysters. I know, I got a weird brain. Pawn shops in space, Craig. This is where your brain goes. Good grief. I think I gotta take a shit. I'm really sorry. I drank all that coffee. I'm also running out of ideas.
What a better place to come up with some new ones than the toilet.
It's a regular poop. Have I shit my pants recently? We'll come back after this. See, I gotta be a talk show host.
I almost shit the bed.
Oh boy, now there's a poops.
I just had, I don't know what was going on, but I had like, the diarrhea where it's like you're done with diarrhea, now you're just pee and bile.
Water.
Yeah. So I was like probably fifth time where it was like I was trying to go to sleep. It was the end of the night. I had diarrhea all day. And it's like
bad takeout?
I don't know what it was. Could have been. What did I eat? I ate some raspberries, and the bottom raspberry had mold all over it. And I was like, man.
That ain't that.
I don't know.
That's good for you. That's penicillin. That's how they make wine in the Roman times.
Well, thank God I was laying on my side because I had to fart, and I was so tired from diarrheaing all day. I was like, it's got to be just a regular fart, right? I can trust this one, so I let the teeniest bit, like just a trial balloon, see what happens, and it was pure liquid, and it didn't. I feel like it didn't get. If it touched my boxers, that's generous. It didn't get all the way out, but I was like turtle walking to the bathroom, like trying to keep everything in.
Dude, it's when you poop your pants with that, it's more like you pissed your pants, just out the back end.
Yeah.
It's a stinkier piss, I'd say that.
Definite.
I'll say that.
Definite.
The smell's a bit different. Oh, there's a positive note. How the fuck did I forget this? I said that wrong. I don't know if you got that. But I posted, we're going viral for whatever reasons. Thank you, sir.
I was trying to find what it was. I couldn't. I just know your numbers are going crazy. Yeah.
Yeah. And so I was like, oh, shit. He doesn't like to work weekends. Lazy. I'm kidding. I'm kidding, dog. Take your break. So it was in the posting. So I was like, oh, I'll download the braid, the OG one at the Moth where I look like I'm a 12-year-old lesbian. Look at that photo. Isn't that crazy?
It is.
That's only 11 years ago. I guess that's a long time. I take that back.
Yeah.
Anyhow, this was like my 4th or 5th time doing solo performance. I was in the improv sketch circuit because I was terrified of stand-up. And it went rather well. And I never really worked that story out and retold it. I did a handful of times just on some shows. And it kind of came out good because there's something about telling a story like that you haven't worked out yet. I told it at this one story that was a radio show. Oh, I forgot what it was called. Anyways, it's on like NPR and it got some steam and people were like, hey, I heard you on this shit. It wasn't the Moth though. So in the infancy, I told it on the Moth, and later I told it at this one like hit podcast.
You told it on Concrete. That was part of what I was.
Oh, Concrete. I told it on Concrete.
Yeah. I was going to try to clip that up because it was like a more polished version.
Okay.
But then I was going to try to splice in the old one. So
it's a really long story if I include like everything.
It is. That's what I was worried
That's
about.
What's hard about it.
It's still doing very well, even though you just reposted the.
Oh, yeah. Well, that's what I'm getting at. Bill Burr shared it.
What?
Did you see that?
No.
Yeah. Bill Burr shared my stand-up on his stories.
Hell yeah.
And I didn't even know until like way later because the viral kept coming.
Yeah.
And I was like, I just keep getting shit. And the king shared my shit.
Fuck yeah.
So I got to redo that. And the Comedy Store hit me up to tape something. They're doing like a new Comedy Store Presents. And it's just short sets. But that story is like 7 minutes long, and it's a short set. So I think I'm just going to tell that. But like the newer, I have more sea legs. I got more. But it's also hard because it's like a 15-minute story. I got to edit it down. But did I ever tell you this? I don't know if you read the comments. I didn't even remember this. My roommates are in town. Leo and Heather, I love them. I was living with them when we got raided. King Mike lived in the front house. We were in the back. The Culver compound, we called it. So the raid, I got raided by the police, and it was my friend holding the gun. We'll do the Cliff Notes right here. And so she told me in the alley, we're handcuffed, and the cops are questioning us with the drug-sniffing dogs. And the dog had a boner. And I barely remember this. Did you read that comment?
I saw something about that,
Yeah. She said that I said to the cop, I said to the police, your dog has a boner. And he said he always does. And then she said, I looked at them, I smiled, and I winked, and then I farted on them. And I farted on the police. I farted on Culver City cops. That's phenomenal. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. People think I made that up. No, bro. No. I remember I did it, but I didn't even remember the boner talk before the fart. I remember intentionally doing it and smiling, like, hey, watch this, y'all. I got one in the chamber for these pigs. That's right. You're going to break my lock and my bong. I'm going to get you some pink eye. You're not the only one with assault weapons. And so here's the craziest shit. I was in UCB improv intensive class because I was scared of stand-up still. And that is like 2 weeks straight of improv. So in the beginning of the week, I I had farted in class, and I didn't even remember that. Grant Lyon, my good buddy, told me that, and he said the teacher called me disgusting. I was like, oh yeah, I remember that. I felt real bad about myself. I thought I was gonna get a big laugh, and everyone looked at me like, what's wrong with you? I'm like, I thought this is comedy school. What are you pussies? That's funny. That's comedy.
Yeah.
I heckled the class with the fart. That's funny.
Yeah.
In any movie, real life situation, sketch.
It's a whole genre of jokes.
Not that pussy class. They all looked at me like, and the teachers called me disgusting. I almost got kicked out for farting. But then I had just smoked meth for the first time with my coworker on a lunch break. So I had just smoked meth. I just farted in the class. But I'm telling everybody this because you know how I am. I go to class. I was like, I just smoked meth with my coworker on my lunch break. I was training them. And they're looking at me, like,
Yeah.
they're like, dog, like, don't do that. And also, why are you telling us? I don't know you. I just met you. I just smoked meth. My name's Craig. And so all these kids, this is fucked up, but they're all theater nerds. They're all from out of state. Grant wasn't a nerd. A little bit, actually. He plays game boards. He's got the glasses. But everyone's like theater nerds. Grant at least is a comic. He's savage, he's got that. And everyone's like, oh, I'm from Ohio, And I'm like, I smoke meth. I'm from Los Angeles. And then, so meth to fart. And I bring up the meth because then I got raided. And I think it's because the tweaker guy I just met. By the way, don't smoke meth. Don't do that. It's very bad. Very bad. And then, hell of a high though, I'll tell you that. Oh, great. So fart on the teacher. I mean, in the classroom, not on the teacher. The meth. And then they all think I'm weird. And then I get raided. And then I tell them all, Because I got raided and then went to class later that day.
Yeah.
Like, I'm a little shaky. I was like, yeah, I had guns on me this morning, but I ain't missing class. I paid money for this. Papa didn't raise no bitch. Give me the comedy lesson. What would you think if I was in your class? Like, like, what do you like? It's just me, and that's just how I am. But in hindsight, I think of like, what did this class think of me?
Yeah, I mean, especially because you weren't fully sober.
No, I was drinking and smoking.
Yeah.
No. Oh, I was about to quit narcotics. I was like, I quit narcotics. I just smoked meth. No,
Yeah.
you didn't. I was about to quit narcotics. Yeah.
So that adds some layers that aren't there right now.
It was Crazy Craig.
Yeah.
It was Wild Horse. They used to call me Crazy Horse or some shit.
But I knew you that pretty close to then, if not.
Oh, yeah.
exactly
You saw
then.
me. We
Yeah.
got kicked out of some bars.
Yeah.
We told those stories.
Yeah, you've always been funny.
Yeah.
I think the funny always outweighed the risk of you getting me in trouble or like something bad
You
happening.
got to be more funny.
Exactly.
Yeah, I just trip out. I'm like, God, you were so nuts, But then I didn't think so. I was like, no, everybody's like this. If somebody offers you a pookie pipe, you say yes. What are you going to say, no? I'm on my lunch. I already ate. I don't need any more food. Oh, God. Oh, dear God.
We might have to edit this, but I'll tell this one. We were both working Dry Pro at the end of the night, like probably like a month after I transferred into the store. And I don't know who said what. It's something about hookers came up. And you were like, bro, you got to get a hooker. Or like, what, are you not going to get a hooker? I don't remember the wording of it, but it was just like, I was like, who is this guy? He's like, we're all working. We're all clocked in working, and you start talking about hookers and how great they are.
Did I bring it up?
Yeah.
I try not to bring it up, but I'm a yes-hander. Somebody else brought it up.
Yeah, I believe that's how it went. Yeah.
Yeah. That's my shit. I'm not trying to promote it, but,
Right.
If you're a virgin, you're struggling, go get a hooker. Tip well. You'll be their best client. Trust me. Yeah, there's used to god-awful fucking, some fat fuck. I would prefer a healed world where, we didn't need guns or prostitutions or drugs. But, I see outside my window. And I guess my point is, let's clean up these industries and maybe eventually get rid of them. And but it's a long way off from that. You hear the neighbor's dog howling? That's hilarious. Oh, I just farted. It goes to the bed. Oh, God, that's a silly Willie. Yeah, I remember getting transferred to that store and being like, "Don't sleep with the coworker." And the first weekend I did, and I was like, "You idiot, you idiot." Thank God she got fired. I fronted her some weed too, but I never called her back. I was like, "You keep that weed. You just got fired, boo-boo." It's also weird to charge a woman for weed when she showed you her tits, I'm like, "Hey, man, it cost me money." It's fair. I gave her $5 off. Oh, my goodness. What a sucker. I knew that woman would ruin my life. First of all, there's many, many sweet women out there. I just got to say this, everyone goes like, blah, 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 blah. There's beautiful, sweet women that make men better, that make me better, and so on and so forth. Then there's these other things that, just like men, there's good men, honest men, and then there's the others. And this was the other. And I remember she came over for weed, and I was like, "Don't do it, Craig. Don't," because she'd been after me, I could tell. And then she was like, "Look at this." And she showed me her chichi, and I literally went, "Oh, no." And it was over, bro. I was like, "Let me see them things." And I'm human, I got the money first, though. It's hard to get it after you bust a nut, That's too far, Craig. After you skeet on them titties. No. That's the devil talking. How does God say it? He probably would say, "Hey, maybe date someone you're into and don't just, but you put me on this planet to taste."
You just showered her with your love.
Hey, there you go. That sounds pretty bad, too. Anyways, I was never so happy to have somebody get fired. I was like, "Woof." It's awkward. What a wild life. I'm just praying right now for an idea, but God isn't listening. He said, "I heard what you said about those titties, Craig."
One other story. This is not so bad. I remember I found out you were doing comedy or doing improv, something like that. I think you might have said you were going to do stand-up. And I was like, "Oh, like, how much material do you have? Like, you have 5-10 minutes, something like that?" And you're like, "No, I don't really write anything down. I just kind of get up there and just kind of wing it."
Oh, yeah.
And I remember going like, "Yeah, this guy's not going to make it."
Yeah, yeah, look who works for me now. Huh? That's why you don't share your dreams with too many people. The crab cakes pull you down. What if he would have said, "You suck"? He didn't. He's too sweet anyways. But you thought that, didn't you? No, in the beginning, I never liked to say the same thing twice.
Yeah.
And then, like, my stand-up teacher at a later date was like, that's what this is, bro. Mm-hmm. Jokes are like songs. People don't know that, though.
Yeah.
And I was like, "Nah." And then quickly I learned, you're right. If you see the professionals, they usually do their act. Of course, always write new material and develop shit and get that new fire. But they all, like, it's very rarely somebody like a Rory Scovel or Reggie Watts is just a genius and can improvise an hour, or at least half of the hour. It takes a certain kind of beast, or even crowd work guy that's really good at it. There's so many comics doing crowd work, and some of the clips are very funny, and some of them are just not.
Yeah.
They're fucking garbage. But then there's these experts like Rick Ingram this Comedy Store comic. I believe he's on the road with Chris Rock. This guy is, and who else? Ian Bagg, Amir K. There's these certain people that take crowd work to another level, and that's, of course, the shit I like. Like Rick Ingram can do crowd work for an hour and annihilate like nobody's business. There's so many people. Those are just the people that popped in my head. But the point is, yeah, like, it feels like some comics are just doing it for clips, which I completely understand because they go viral, they sell tickets, and so on and so forth. And there's some magical moments, don't get me wrong. And there's just some shit that you're just like reaching, and you could tell. You're like, that clip went nowhere. That. Also, I completely understand that's the business side of shit. I'm just a super comedy fan, and it's like I'm fine for these clips, but let's have them be funny, you know? Because you just see the flooding. That's like if one thing works, and then the whole market floods it. You're like, you done ruined it. You done ruined it. And even like new comics posting clips, which is awesome that you're hustling. But like, maybe wait 2 years, you know, or just get some chaps about you. It's also bad to get a fan base too soon.
Yeah.
What are you going to do? I guess it's a good problem. I'm not saying don't do it. I'm just saying like get it, you know, get your sea legs and then do it every day. But whatever. Maybe I'm full of shit. There'll be an open micer that has more followers than me. I should have done it. To each their own. But yeah, never listen to the haters. This is more just kind of like my observation of the game, I guess.
Kind of reminds me of like the and one basketball players that like they can't really play 5-on-5 with the fundamentals and everything, but they will go nuts on like a 2-on-2 game. And
yeah.
It's just like a different muscle almost.
Yeah. Speaking of that, Ice Cube's going at the establishment real hard because they're cock blocking that motherfucker with his version of and one. I believe it's 3. He's starting a 3-player league NBA.
Oh yeah, I think I heard of this.
But the NBA is doing a lot of dirty shit business wise to stop it, and he's on it's called like fuck the gatekeepers tour, and he's blasting them because he literally is against the wall and has no choice. He tried to do it, you know, behind closed doors and shush, but sometimes they be doing that. And yeah, he had valid points. He's like, dude, it's on the off season. It literally does not even compete. If anything, it keeps basketball going. And I imagine they just want to buy him out for $6 and then own it and then do the same dance.
Yeah.
And it's just like, you already got the NBA. Let this fool have 3-on-3 in the summer.
Yeah.
He built it up and bought it. Master P owns like a football league. That's awesome. These fuckers, I love that shit. Hustlers. I thought I had more notes. Come on. What are we doing? Nothing.
Any updates on your Comedy Central taping?
Yeah, I think it comes out this week. I remember. I was sent an email. I read it once. I don't remember. But I believe it comes out the week my sister's birthday, which is this week. By the way, it's my sister's having 14 birthday celebrations. She had one yesterday with a homegirl. She had one today. She got herself a hotel, and me and her homegirls and my cousins and family friends came down to the rooftop. And they're like, how many rooms do you have here? There's 19 of you. And then tomorrow, late lunch, early dinner with my mom. And then Benihana on Wednesday with my dad. I'm literally missing one because Leo and Heather, the people I got rated with, are in town. I'm like, I'm going to 2 of the 4, all right? Then she has one in October because we're trying to go to a Michelin star restaurant for her birthday, but they didn't have reservations till way out. Mm-hmm. But that one's kind of not, you know what I mean? I'm like, you get one next month too? Huh? You get how many? Fucking females, bro. It's my birthday month. Guys, we don't care anymore. I want to have one more birthday party like I used to, Mexican style. Mm-hmm. No booze for me anyways. But piñata, musical chairs, egg toss, and have some Bowie knives for prizes, but not invite my tweaker friends. That leads to problems. No tweakers allowed. We're retired from devilish behavior. Minus maybe a hooker here and there. No, Craig.
Only union hookers.
No, only union. You got a Roth IRA. You got dental.
You know it's Roth IRA, right?
Mm-mm.
You didn't? I thought you just were
I
saying
thought it was Ira, named after some Jewish guy. This is Ira. He runs retirement. Well, he always got to go correcting me.
Well,
PUSSI and Roth IRA in one episode. Spread it out.
Sorry.
My ego can't take the hits, doc.
But Hyman Roth was the consigliere for
Hyman?
Al Pacino.
Like Hyman?
Yeah.
Who came first? The Hyman or the Hyman?
Probably.
Is that Hyman?
They're spelled different. It's like
Interesting choice.
Pussy.
That's my son Hyman. No. H-E-Y. Let's look this up.
Yeah, that's from The Godfather. He was the Jewish
Hyman.
consigliere. The money man.
A piece of tissue covering or surrounding part your vaginal opening. It's formed during the development and present during birth. It thins over time and tears. Oh.
You didn't know that?
I heard about it. I forgot. Now I know how people feel how when I talk about my dick gets drilled.
Yeah.
I just hit you like a ton of bricks. I understand now. Oh. Hyman the god. Hyman. God of marriage ceremonies who inspires feast and song.
Well, that probably came first.
Hyman the name. Masculine and of Hebrew origin, Hyman means life. I mean, it's masculine origin, but yet it represents the pussy. And life, I mean, we both know who really creates life. It ain't cock and balls. I know we got the seed, but nothing drops out of us, gentlemen. There'll be some people that will be mad I said that. Well, y'all, I'm just kind of at peace. I'm not too cracked out. I've been looking for silly willies. I try not to go too dark. You know how I feel about these establishments, these letter agencies. Get off my back. Yeah.
Almost made it 1 week.
1 week with no, I know. I see the writings on the wall. Protect yourself and your family, but with love, you know. These fuckers don't give a shit about you. We see how they do. Once again, I won't go too in-depth in detail. Besides, I got fucking shadow panned and demonetized again. But I just find it funny. I'll say this because this is bulletproof. Isn't it funny how they could always have money for bombs that destroy humanity, but, you know, a home gets burned and they can't give a lady a house? But they can build a bomb that costs the same amount. There's some war fans that'll be like, well, shut the fuck up, dog. Shut up. We are constantly funding wars, but we can't help out fellow Americans. That I will say. That is disgusting. It is wrong. It is immoral. You were at 42% taxes, and we can't even take care of our brothers and sisters on our soil. You know, it's laughable how corrupt this shit is, and people still argue. It's just, I don't care who's in. It doesn't matter. They don't give a fuck about us. They bail out banks and not your fellow neighbor. Over and over. It's wake up. It's us. It's us. We have to take care of each other. We have to wake up. We have to help one another. We have to do it. They don't care. They never will. And I don't know how. I'm just a hippie trying to preach positivity and likes hookers. No, it's wrong and don't do that. But also I understand dark days, folks. But tip them well and be kind. And That's just me trying to sneak in some funny, but also being human and how hard it is to be fucking perfect and shit, you know, righteous or whatever. And yeah, it's just, I see it. I can't unsee it. It's kind of annoying. I wish I could, but you just see these bastards like cocksucker Oprah asking for money. Why don't you just give the money, bitch? You got $8 billion. You got $8 billion. It's fucking disgusting. By the way, I used to love her. I did a project on her in the 6th grade and thought she was a hero, but we see who she shakes hands with. We see her with Weinstein and Epstein, and her spiritual advisor was just found guilty for rape of like 300 women and went to prison for life. Kind of have a bad circle, Oprah. And I think she used some terminology. We are committed to donating. It's like a loophole legally where you don't actually do it. You just raise the money, and then it's a tax write-off. Meaning you're a fucking evil bitch, Oprah. These are the things I don't want to talk about because you just go crazy. But it's just like you could buy all their houses and build them right now. You could do a TV show and build them right now, but you're not. You're asking poor people for money to help poor people who just lost everything. And I don't need any conspiracy theory to see that you're a piece of shit. That's pretty obvious. The world sees it now, or a lot of us. Not everybody. They'll still watch Super Soul Food Sundays, which I used to watch too. And she'll still have some positive messages, but I don't know. Look up how much land she owns in Maui. That's a fun one. And now, anyways, there's sick shit out there, y'all. Just have your eyes open. Go and take care of yourself and your family. And there's just corporate monsters running amok, gobbling up regular folk. You know, I need not get into details, even though I kind of did. I see the systems of, I don't even know what to call it. What do you call it, dog? Just the corporate machine gobbling up the regular folk, and how our government does nothing. And in fact, not only do they do nothing, they assist in the behavior of consumption of, you know, middle class, really.
I guess I'd just call it unfettered capitalism.
Yeah.
With no, like, devoid of all moral.
Well, they're supposed to block monopolies, but we know that didn't happen.
Yeah.
And, yeah, just unchecked capitalism.
And the military-industrial complex, obviously. Like
unchecked, yeah, just unchecked. These fuckers never are held accountable. That's what it is. How about some military tribunals? How about that? Mm-hmm. I would love that. Yeah, let's put Kissinger on trial again. It didn't take the first time. I don't care if he's 100. It's symbolic.
Yeah, be nice.
Hello, and we're back from a little poo-poo break. Sometimes I drink coffee and go caca. And then I got more coffee and I didn't put enough sugar. And I got a sweet tooth right here. Oh, I forgot to highlight this. My lovely, beautiful sister, it's her birthday, so she got me gifts. No, I got her gifts, but she did give me gifts on her birthday. San Miguel, Saint Michael in Spanish. Arcángel, Arcángel. Oh, God, I need Spanish lesson. This whole gringo's whitewashed. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Grandma. Abuelita. I stuttered on that because I got scared. Eduviges Moria Lugo Soto. Huh? That sounds pretty good. Mm-hmm. That was my grandma's name. She came from Chihuahua and didn't speak English. And then we all let her down. By being white and... Not white, you know what I mean? I'm fine being white. I love my white side too. It's great. I just talk shit because that's funny. You know, because I look so fucking white. And then, I didn't even know this. Thaddeus is a saint. I don't know if he was named after a saint. My sister Nicole definitely is not religious at all. And I haven't got her to try the sauce yet, so we'll get her. And she'll be like, see, I did it for a reason. But Thaddeus, my nephew, St. Judas Thaddeus, he is the saints for the druggies, for the junkies.
Nice.
He's my savior. I didn't even know. What a guy. Thank you. He's the faithful servant. Saint Apostle Saint Jude. It's San Judas Tadeo. He had a last name. So it's St. Jude the Hospital. Faithful servant of Jesus, Yeshua. J didn't even exist, Christians. Also, Christians, you're mighty judgmental. Why don't you cool it a little bit? Why don't you cool it? Because even Yeshua, I'll even say Jesus for you. He would say, don't do that. Mm-hmm. But then your organization, they do that. You ever notice that?
Yeah.
Very born-again Christians. Always the craziest. I got some in the family. It's hard to give up heroin. You got to take up Jesus. You know what I'm saying? You're like, still annoying, bro. No, I'm just kidding. Anyways, I'm going to get in trouble for that one. I didn't name names. I'm learning. Faithful servant, friend of Jesus, Yeshua. Patron of difficult and desperate causes. Hey, who you calling desperate? Difficult, I'll give you that. I know, we're junkies. I'm not a junkie. I'll get rid of it. I'll beat you. I'll fucking beat you, devil. Get out of my butt. My liver. He's in my liver, too. Oxycontin. You know what I'm saying? No.
I think you could get an exorcist if you wanted one.
Mm-mm.
You gonna do it yourself?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. What are you doing? I got a knife in the spirit world. Papa didn't raise no bitch. You know what's funny? I was analyzing myself. So with the craziest shit is I know how I sound too. Is I feel like I 100% fought the devil in the spirit world, and I'm going back. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? That's funny. That's scary. Would everybody do that?
I don't know, because you also said like you got this download that it's God's house and the house
that's
always
why.
wins. Like,
yeah.
So yes, with that knowledge and that backup, like Archangel Michael watching over you and stuff, like I think it still takes a brave person to do it. But
I was thinking that not even brave. Well, that's dope. Thank you. But I just thought nuts. You know.
Yeah, that's hand in hand almost.
Yeah. You've seen me burn my face with that firework. No, it's just funny. It trips me out, dude. I'm like, no, I'm absolutely terrified, even though it's rigged towards love.
Yeah, you will win.
Yeah, it's so scary, but I'm going for that. I want to vomit him up.
Yeah, and that's good to show everybody else that it can be done, because I'm sure the devil lives in a lot of people's butts.
Yeah, it's just even though I think that's fool's real, it could be used as a metaphor. It's porn, it's pork, it's anything that's taking you down and not up. Any that invasive thoughts. You suck. You're not enough. That's the devil. Get him out of there. Get him out of there. He don't like the light. Go to nature. We gonna kill him with light bulbs. I don't fucking know, man. I'm just a weirdo. Just a weirdo who discovered ayahuasca and all of a sudden got real spiritual. Pray for me. Make use of the special privilege awarded to you of bringing visible and rapid assistance when almost all hope has been lost. Ooh, I like it. Come to me, help in this great need, so that I may receive comfort and help from heaven in all my needs, especially make your petition. I don't get it. Yeah, nice. They got a saint for the junkies. That's what's up. To all my tweakers, junkies, and weirdos out there, go get your some Satan, Thadeo, and good luck putting down narcotics. And get back up. Keep trying, you fucking junkies. I'm calling you that. I'm one too. San Miguel, we know. He's got the knife. He's got the knife. He fucking... Oh. How the fuck I didn't know there was an angel with a blade?
I knew it from X-Men, the cartoon.
I always loved him, but I thought that was just like they say Archangel. I'm like, that's X-Men.
Yeah.
It's not the Bible.
Yeah, I guess I didn't really know that it was real in the Bible.
There's an angel with the blade, man. Even if you're not into that, that's something. That's some badass shit right there. And Flip-flops. Oh, no, where am I going? The buttons? Oh, that was just some positive spiritual shit. The ayahuasca. It's also funny that anybody who's not done it, they might think I'm a quack, a loon, checked out for lunch, which is partly true, for sure. I'm going to give you that. I know. And, but anybody who's done it, they'll be like, oh, no, he's telling the truth. I was there. We had hive minds. I don't know what it is, but it's something. Oh, felt like I was going to fall back. Like, it's funny because when I'm there, I think it's real. And then that weekend, I think it's real. And then I come back here and I start going, it wasn't real. It was just darkness. It was this, it was that. But in that realm, I feel like a hand. It feels like fucking Lord of the Rings, bro. Like that.
Yeah.
But it's just darkness, just the bad stuff. It's so crazy. Will you just come fight the devil with me so I could have somebody else to talk to? Like, oh, yeah.
Listen, I believe you, at least. I may not be ready to go blast off into...
I'll give you a spiritual shank. I got a couple extra.
I definitely am not ruling it out. It's just...
no, I know. It's aggressive.
When it's the time, it'll be the time, you know?
It's aggressive. I got a couple homies to roll with me this time.
Nice.
I'm not going to blast them yet because we'll see if they show up. Some people bail last minute. Pussy. Can't believe I was wrong on that again. Oh, God. I'd be Googling. At least I can take being wrong. You know, some stubborn stands.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I like saying the same S, you know. There's some stubborn fuckers that are just giving you information. And they're just like, no. You know, and you're like, wait, it's wrong. Like, acknowledge it. And they're like, no.
Yeah, you get that at Trader Joe's a lot.
Yeah.
Somebody's like, yeah, you sold this. I bought it here last week.
Oh,
it's like,
so many
no,
times. I remember that. That would drive me nuts.
Yeah.
They bring in something that literally says 365 Whole Foods on it. I got this here. No, it's a Whole Foods brand. We're similar. Mm-hmm. Okay, I give you that.
Yeah.
We got a similar thing. They're bigger and anyways, and it's like you're like, no. What is wrong with fuckers? Let it go. Everyone can be wrong. I was wrong about pussy, and I would have bet my life on that one. I would have bet my fucking life, and now I just feel like a dum-dum. I was wrong, and it is okay. It is okay. That's how we grow. Or you triple down and be like, it's fucking pussy. I'll fight you to get out of here. Let it go, everybody, including me. I really wanted that to be true. It's so unfortunate.
The way the English language works, you can make it true. Just start saying it.
Yeah.
I said it with an I.
Yeah, I said it with an I. I'm TikTok famous. It's a new urban dictionary.
There you go.
Yeah. Fucking, oh, who cares? We're all going to die. No, Craig, stay positive. Let's help the people. Why don't you help yourself, pussy? Talk nice to yourself. Okay, what have we been doing right? Let's go higher. Vibrate higher. No more. Knock it off either. I've been doing, you know what I've been doing well on? I already said it 50 million times, but I can't stop talking about it. No more nudie movies and positive affirmations. Nice. Oh, I know what I'll talk about. This might get a little dark. So, you know, I'm all fucked up. We're vibrating higher and so on. And I got a lot of fucked up friends. Who doesn't? And, you know, a lot of sober fools and they're in and out programs and shit. We ain't going to name them. We're keeping anonymity. But just sick people. I'm sick. You know, we're all... I'm not trying to shun anybody. I'm sick too, but let's just say I'm less sick. Or I've healed more.
Yeah.
And so you try to be there for people because you have a heart and you realize how hard it is. And you give them a list of stuff they can do to feel better. It's the same list I've said 50 million times. Go on nature, go on hike, go on meditation, yoga, in nature. Go to a fucking cave. Go to the jungle. If you think you're going to kill yourself, go to Honduras. Go to Dr. Sebi shit. Go to the jungle and fast. Eat fruits and vegetables. Come back. See if you're a different human. And you tell these people all these different things. And obviously everyone has different resources and money in this. But you can still go on a hike. Hikes are free. You just need gas to get there and water. Don't give me that. These motherfuckers buying all sorts of bullshit, buying shoes, tattoos, gold. Hey, I've been taking hikes though. And then you give them a list of helpful things. And why, of course, I am no shaman. I'm no Yeshua. I'm no Yoda, Buddha, Allah. But I've been working on getting better and taking care of myself. And I have been, and I feel like it's been showing. And then you give them a list, and then they don't do any of them. And they come back at you with the same gripes. And that's when I'm like, nah, fool. Now you're disturbing my peace. Mm-hmm. And you didn't even go on the hike. You didn't even go to nature. You didn't eat right. You didn't, these fucking women, all they do is watch those serial killers. And then they're always scared and thinking about murder. Stop watching it. I used to too. I used to, it's fascinating. It's so fast. And then you're just scared. You're like, well, I don't want that. I don't need that. Now I'm listening to Jesus is King by Kanye. He's a little controversial. He said some bad things. But the album is still fire. Or whatever. Choose your own. And it's just frustrating. Because like I want to be there for somebody. And I care. And I love them. And I love you. But if you're not making attempts to get better, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. I don't want to be an enabler or not even an enabler. I don't know what. It's just like, hey, man, like I care for you and I'm here for you, but you ain't trying. You're not even fucking trying. You're just complaining about the same shit over and over. At what point are you going to have accountability and fucking pusay up? Man up and take care of your fucking self and go on your hike. And cut off bad people. Cut off negative people that take you down. Shit, even if it's family. I've seen it. It's not even my words. I fucking love Kevin Gates. If you got some relative that's just always bringing you down, cut them out. I'm sorry. It's hard. It's hard, but, you know, obviously it's family. You got to entertain it once in a while. But if it's every day, and eliminate that shit. I'm busy. What are you doing? Feeling good about myself. Having peace. Shut yourself off from the outer world. Stop watching negative shit. If all you do is watch negative shit and shit, you know, like I see stuff. I'm speaking of several different persons when it comes to mine, because this has happened. This is a recurring theme. Also, why does that keep recurring? What do I need to learn from that? Everything's a mirror, supposedly, and we're all supposed to learn. But just like sharing disturbing images, information, and then wondering why you're dark, you know. Back to that shit. Like, you can't listen to Slayer 100% of the time. You can, but you turn into a psycho. And let's just say you're going to be a little aggressive at Trader Joe's that day. Just what are you feeding your brain? I have negative thoughts all the time, but I try to have awareness in the weeds in the garden. Get them out. Get them out. Get them out. It is constant. It is exhausting. I struggle as well. But I fight every fucking day. And I guess that's just my whole gripe. I'm frustrated with motherfuckers that don't even try and then just constantly complain about the same shit. And I'm getting ready to cut them out of my life because they're disturbing my peace. I'll give you one chance and I'll try to be for you there. I'll be there for you because I'm a human and I love you and you're my brother and you're my sister. But once you come back a second time, you didn't change one goddamn thing and you're disturbing my peace, bye-bye. I'm gone. I got coffee and cats. I lead a good life. So take care of your peace, man. Motherfuckers be grabbing that shit. And armor up, too, because I realize, you know, sometimes I'll hang out with some negative family members because I love them and I have to, but I'm just like, just keep it cool, baby. You know, they don't even know they're negative. They ain't changing their paradigms. You ain't going to change them. Hey, old dog, it's hard to teach an old dog new tricks. They're 77, 78. Your dad's not going to be nice to you all of a sudden. Although he has improved drastically over the years. And, yeah, it's just hard when you love them and it hurts, you know. And you just want them to be proud of you and all they do is nitpick and criticize you. And even though you've grown so much and have been arrested in 11 years, it's pretty good. It's pretty good. But they always remember the first 4. You're like, oh, you got to bring that up. It was 11 years ago. Yeah, I'm sorry I didn't pay you back that bail money. I'll get you back in heaven. Yeah, that's it. I guess that's this was little peaceful, a little this, a little that. Yeah, I just love you all. I wish everybody the best. I can't stress this enough. It's up for us to help each other. Government ain't coming, motherfuckers. Government ain't coming. So help yourself, help your neighbor, vibrate higher. It's all love. We can do it. It's all lie. We got everything we need. They're so full of shit. Overpopulated. Spread out. Have you seen land? It's a lot of it. Anyways, that's another story. It's just like you just hear this shit like scare. It's like, okay, grow a garden, get some chickens, spread out, solve some problems. Maybe let that water car guy bring him back to life. Anyways, I didn't say that. There's a few water cars out there. Google that. Have fun. But yeah, take care of each other. Love. You know, try to get clean. I know how hard that shit is. I've been clean 10 years off of narcotics and alcohol. And those lounges have been getting a little harder. You know, you see a beer in a 6-hour flight ahead, and you're like, who's going to know? That's the devil talking to you. You fight that fool, you knife him. They're like, sir, why are you stabbing your tummy in this lounge with that butter knife? Because you took my knife at TSA. No, it's just jokes. I have jokes. No, fight the good fight. Fight for good. Be good. I love you all. And I see you coming to my shows. I love you. All my podcast fans always shout out Torpedo at every show. And I'm like, I don't really have jokes. It's just disgusting stories. But I tell them every time. And, you know, it's usually a handful of podcast listeners and regular folk. And the regular folk are like, why are you doing this? My fans asked for it. Oh, that's sweet Luis harassing Chris right now. Excuse me. Shout out to Christopher Lund, my spinal cord back there. Oh, sorry. During your shout out, I almost vomited in my mouth. But you're disgusting, Chris. No, I just drank too much. I love you all. Thank you for coming to my shows. And I'll see you out there. Vibrate higher, baby. Let's do this shit. Let's go. Peace.